Welcome to 2100 Hamilton, one of the newest luxury construction condo buildings in Center City, Philadelphia. Now, without a doubt, this is currently the nicest building in the city. It's certainly not for everyone, but it certainly is spectacular. There is nothing like the private garden Oasis in the entire city. And if you've been researching the newest luxury condo buildings in the city, you probably have come across the Laurel, which is right on Rittenhouse Square, and probably also the Art House, which is right on Broad Street, which is across from the Kimmel Center. And in case you haven't and are interested in learning more, I'll link video descriptions below so you can take a look at those videos I've made on those particular condo buildings. And of course, there are other nice buildings in the city to compare to, but I'm only comparing the newest luxury condo buildings in the city. And the three newest are the Laurel, which is the one at Rittenhouse, the Art House in the Avenue of the Arts section, and 2100 Hamilton. Now, both the Laurel and the Art House are high-rise condo buildings, soaring 48 and 47 stories high respectively, and each building has a lot of units. These are both stellar ultra-luxury condo buildings and are going to be a great fit for many folks. However, 2100 Hamilton is a more unique, kind of like a boutique in the new luxury condo space in Center City. It really fits a niche clientele who wants ultra-luxury, but at a smaller scale. Only 10 stories, only 27 units. And wants to be in a more low-key atmosphere in the city. And all this without skimping on the amenities. So stay tuned for my in-depth overview of the building. You don't want to miss the private garden Oasis retreat I described earlier. It's really unlike anything else in the city. Hey everyone, this is Chris Fuhrman and this is my channel, Living in Center City, Philadelphia. Welcome, and if you're a returning viewer, welcome back. Now, if this is your first time to the channel and you want to learn more about what it's like to live and enjoy Center City, Philly, make sure to tap that subscribe button below, click that bell right next to it so you're notified of each and every video that we put out so you don't miss any of those. And we actually get a lot of folks that are reaching out to us looking to relocate to the Center City, Philly area, and we love helping them out on the journey. So if you have any questions about the market, particular condo buildings like we're talking about today, particular neighborhoods, anything about even to the street level, anything that you're looking for help on, we'd love to help you out. Just send us an email, contact info is below. We'd love to help you. We really do live and breathe Center City, Philly real estate. All right, let's dive into the building tour. One of the benefits of this particular building is the location. We'll talk about the location at length and the benefits of the location a little bit later, but the location and the view of the city is really spectacular. And it's noteworthy that it's unlikely that any other condo building will pop up in the future that are going to block these views, as you have the Rodin Museum and the Barnes Foundation are basically blocking any other buildings from going up. Now, I can't tell the future, but it's probable that there's not going to be any condos that are going to block your view. So it's really spectacular views of the city, great location. One of the many aspects that makes living here very unique is the location. So as you see, we're kind of spinning around Center City right here. So down here is the Rittenhouse Square area with that the green open space park. You got a lot of condo buildings, office buildings down here, a lot of congestion. Great area to live, but it's not for everyone. And then 2100 Hamilton is a little bit more removed over here. So look at the red marker. I know it says parking lot. It used to be a parking lot. Google Earth hasn't updated that, but this is obviously a very nice condo building at this point. So living here, you're going to be a little bit removed from the downtown area. Still very close, so you could easily hop there, hop in an Uber to get to the downtown Rittenhouse Square area for the shops, the eateries, the restaurants, etc. Or take a town car. The building does have a town car, and we'll get into that later to get there. But you can still retreat back to your home, have a little bit more privacy in this area. You're going to have a lot less crowds. There's just a lot less people than there are in Rittenhouse. So very, very different, very unique area. To get something this nice in this area that overlooks the art museums in the city is very spectacular, very unique. So this area is technically considered Logan Square. But most would say it's the art museum area, which kind of starts a little bit north of the building, and that would also be called the Fairmont area, a little bit north of, so essentially north of Spring Garden. But for all intents and purposes, most would just call this the art museum area due to its proximity to lots of the museums in the area. So as you can see right in front of it, you got the Rodin Museum, And then right over here, you got the famous Barnes Foundation. And then of course we have the famous Philadelphia Museum of Art right over here, which is the famous Rocky Steps right in front of it. So obviously there's a lot of open space, green space in this area, which makes living at this building very unique compared to, let's say, the Laurel that we talked about earlier, which is right in the heart of Rittenhouse. So that's this building that we're looking at right here. So obviously living here would be very different than living over here. I know it's so close, but it is worlds apart as far as the feel that you get. So it's a very, niche building. It's going after an interesting demographic that wants to be in the city, obviously, but have a little bit more seclusion to be back in this part of the city. And of course, you have great views of the city because there aren't any tall buildings right in front of the building, as you can see. And that would pretty much never change because of the museums, the historical areas over here. So great views, all in all, great location. And if you want convenient grocery shopping, you got that as well. So this area is extremely convenient. So this is the building we're looking at right here. And then right over here is a Whole Foods. So obviously that is extremely convenient. You literally walk across the street. And then on the other side of the street, right over here, is a Target. So we're looking at the Target. This is Target's parking lot. I don't know if you would necessarily drive over there, but maybe. And then drive into the parking garage, which we'll talk about later in the building, but you can obviously walk there extremely conveniently. And for all my Starbucks lovers out there, there's a Starbucks right here on the corner, so very convenient. And for my Wawa lovers out there, behind this building or in this commercial complex, there's a Wawa back there. So lots of convenient options. And again, as we discussed, Rittenhouse is extremely close and convenient, so if you want to hop out for a date night, go grab some dinner on Rittenhouse Square. Around the square, there are lots of eateries, cafes, restaurants, bars in this area. But there are still some in this area over here, not necessarily right in the museum area, but just a little bit north of that. You've got the famous Fairmont Ave, which is what we're looking at over here. And there are a lot of top-notch restaurants in that area, actually. So that's going to be an extremely different feel compared to dining in Rittenhouse, but a great option. Lots of people love the restaurants there. One of the other benefits of the area is for fitness, lifestyle, enjoying the outdoors. So this is the building right here, and then obviously you've got a ton of green and open space that we're looking at right here. So you can enjoy walking down the Parkway to the Art Museum area, or just exploring the Schuylkill River Trail, which is right over here. So might have zoomed out a little too fast for you to see what's going on. So this again is the building with the red marker. Zooming out a little bit. So right over here we got the Schuylkill River. And then up and down that is the Schuylkill River Trail. So you can go on a bike ride, jog, walk, run, whatever you like, right up and down here. You can come right around the Art Museum area, which is beautiful, and up along Boathouse Row, which is right over here. Great views. And then keep going up and up as far as you can run. The Schuylkill River Trail goes for lots of miles, something like 70 miles. It's, I think, even more than that, and they're actually expanding upon it. And so obviously you're way outside of Philly at that point, but great trail to run and enjoy the outdoors. So lots of fitness options in this area. So great building, great amenities. And the final benefit that we'll discuss right now about the location is its convenient access to 676. So the building's right over here with the red marker again. And right down here is 676, which will connect you right to the 76, so Interstate 76, which is going to go north and south around this area. And that can get you to places like Conshohocken relatively quickly, or wherever you'd like to go in the city. So if you're going to work outside the city or a meeting or what have you, this could be a great option for you because, again, it's extremely convenient to hop right on. So all in all, a really great location, really stellar location for a lot of reasons. Now, the building and this location in particular is not for everyone. It really is aiming at a very specific niche audience, as we've talked about. You really have to want to be a little bit further from the hustle and bustle of Rittenhouse, for example, but still have plenty of convenient amenities at your fingertips. You want to be in a more private building, all while still being able to get to the fine restaurants, bars, shops, etc. right in Rittenhouse or the surrounding area via a quick Uber trip or driven by the building town car. Again, there's also only 27 total condos, so total owners in the building, which makes it a bit more private. Let's talk about the building itself now. The vision of 2100 Hamilton is to offer the finest living experience. Really to create this intimate living experience with only, again, 27 other owners, so 27 condos, right? And to bring the feel and flow of the surrounding areas of the Rodin Museum, the Barnes Foundation, into the property and landscape. And each of the units here has a south-facing view, which will give you an awesome sense of the area, the museums, the views, the awesome skyline. And one of the other goals of the vision here was to bring the outside in and really to combine that living. And we'll get into that later in this video, but it's a really awesome vision. And the architect behind the building is none other than Cecil Baker, who's famous for many Philadelphia properties, if you're not aware, like One Riverside, 500 Walnut. Really, they did a fabulous job at bringing the vision to life with 2100 Hamilton. The building was built in 2021, and there are still a few units remaining to be sold. If you're interested, send me an email. My contact info is in the description below. The lobby is grand and inviting, and actually can be turned into a party space with floor-to-ceiling walls that retract to the outdoor Oasis. Like I said, they're trying to bring the outdoors in. Pretty unique feature here. Let's talk about the condos themselves. There are 2 and 3 bedroom condo units available and a penthouse as well, ranging from 1,800 square feet to approximately 5,400 square feet. All very high end. And these condos, like I said earlier, are some of the nicest, if not the best, in the city. They also have some of the latest technology here. So to access your condo, you can use one of 2 elevators with facial recognition. There's also a fob if you don't want to scan your face every day, but the elevator will open directly to your unit. So there's no shared hallways on the upper floors in the building. Each condo is designed to wow you as you walk in, to experience the beautiful flow of the home, the views, and really, again, bringing the outdoors in. Each unit has at least 2 exposures based on how the building was designed, which is pretty unique. You'll get state-of-the-art kitchens with quartz countertops, an induction stove, a full-size wine cooler, and Joanne Hudson cabinetry. There's also a pantry right off the kitchen in the laundry room for extra pantry space. The master bedroom is really breathtaking. There's a gas fireplace, got beautiful views of the city, and the design of the master bath is really like a resort with designer finishes, radiant heat floors, and don't worry, the large glass in the shower will frost for privacy when you press the privacy button taking a shower. You'll have beautiful living spaces with gorgeous hardwood floors and a functional layout. And you'll also have a gas fireplace here as well. The living room flows right into the outdoor terrace. Part of the vision here, like we talked about, is to connect people to the outdoors and have this sense of peace and tranquility. Each of the units here is going to have a terrace, and they'll obviously vary in size, but each one is actually functional. It's not too small, like some buildings where you can't really even use it. And you're of course going to see terrific views of the Philly skyline, and the terraces all are heated, so that's incredibly important when it's cold outside. And there's a retractable floor-to-ceiling door to combine the spaces, and the terraces, like I said, heated, which is really, really helpful when it's a little chilly outside. So again, they're functional, and part of this vision of the building is really to connect and have this seamless indoor-outdoor experience, and I think they've done that fairly well here. All right, let's dive into some of the best building amenities in all of Philadelphia. Now, usually when you find a smaller, more intimate building like this with only 27 owners, the amenities could be lacking. This is not the case at 2100 Hamilton. You've got a beautiful infinity pool here. You'll have a fitness center, of course. It looks like it was designed for Batman's basement, but it's kind of a cool theme. You'll have access to a boardroom for meetings. And there's also a beautiful community room in the lobby that connects again to that outdoor space, and that can be reserved for parties. And just a reminder, there's only 27 other condos in the building, so this is a great space to utilize for private functions. And of course, you'll have a 24/7 front desk concierge staff. And there is also a guest suite, which is a really nice amenity. And as referenced earlier, the building does have a private town car chauffeur service, which is great. They will even drive you all the way to the airport, which is not common for most buildings here in the city. They won't pick you up though. Now, since there are only 27 other owners, or 26 others if you become one, you should have more access to the town car than maybe some other buildings with hundreds of units sharing only one car and driver. And there is of course a private garage with valet parking and you can purchase a parking license for $100,000. If you found this video helpful thus far, it would mean the world to me if you wouldn't mind going below and clicking that like button so that YouTube knows we're putting out some helpful content. Would greatly appreciate that. And before we talk about pricing, in the awesome backyard Oasis here, as much as we love making these videos, we love helping people relocate here to the Center City Philly area even more. So if you're remotely considering moving to the area in the next few months or a few years or whatever, it's never too early to get some actionable information. So send us an email, contact info below. We'd love to connect, see what's going on in your journey, and keep you abreast of what's going on here locally in Center City, Philly. We really do live and breathe Center City Philadelphia real estate. All right, now for the best amenity here at 2100 Hamilton, the outdoor garden oasis, retreat, whatever you'd like to call it. You've got nearly a half acre of private garden and event space. There's really nothing like this in the city right now. It's almost like suburban living with this outdoor oasis here. Especially again, you're only sharing this with 26 others, so 27 total condos, and you'll have stunning views of the city. So maybe you're currently living in the suburbs, you've got a very nice home, you've got some property, but you kind of want the benefits and the experience of the city. This could be a good compromise for you. Get all the benefits of living in the city, being very close to Rittenhouse, but you're gonna have a little bit more seclusion, that backyard space, that private oasis, kind of like suburban living, that experience. So it could be a really, really good option for you if you're not quite ready to make that jump. Honestly, some people even that used to live on Rittenhouse moved into this building because it's just so unique and it's awesome. It might be a great fit for you. The builder and architect brought in a renowned landscape architect just for this backyard oasis, as they really wanted to make it stunning. The goal of the space here was to have 2100 Hamilton feel like it flows right into the Rodin Museum, into that area, and to make it kind of a seamless connection of that area. And I think they did a really good job. And it's really something spectacular, and hopefully you can experience it somewhat here, but you really need to see it in person if you're interested in this particular building. And you can just send me an email and I'll take on a tour. Again, the contact info is below. And for all my furry friend lovers out there, pets are allowed in the building, and there's a ton of green and open space around this area for all of your dog's needs. All right, so how much is all this gonna cost you? Well, pricing here at 2100 Hamilton starts in the $2 million range and really goes up from there, up to 6 mil, somewhere in that range, for a 2 to 3 bed unit here. And the penthouse on the 10th floor is currently listed for around $16 million. Condo fees in the building are gonna start around $2,000 and go up from there per month, depending on your unit. And the condos here do come with a 10-year tax abatement. Now, if you have any questions about the Philly market, just shoot me an email. Like I said, contact info below. Would love to help you out. And if you want to see the full video walkthrough tour of a 3-bedroom, beautiful condo right here at 2100 Hamilton, watch this video right here.